So people been asking me, what does it feel like getting funded $200K and getting your first payout? And I just want to say it feels amazing, but at the same time, job's not finished. I don't know if you guys seen that Kobe Bryant interview, but he's like, hey, Kobe, you're up 2 games. How does it feel? And he's sitting there with a dead look on his face like, job's not done. Job's not done. That's literally how I feel right now. Like, job is not done. It's still work to do. And I honestly feel like I could take my foot off the gas a little bit when I get to a place of retiring my wife, retiring my parents, and retiring her parents. But as of right now, like, job's not done. So it's time to grind. I got to make sure that my psychology is on point. I got to make sure that I'm not fooling for any of the crazy stuff from the market. I'm working on my course. I honestly believe, because I've been trading for a little over 2 years, that a lot of the game that I give on YouTube and what I'm about to start posting like every single day is gonna be enough to get people profitable. But there are certain things that people do have to look out for that I feel like not a lot of people know about, and I got to put that in the course. I feel like it's only fair for for me to discover something like that, to be able to like really hook up people with information like that are serious and willing to get a return on their investment. So that's essentially what I'm working on right now. Like, I'm definitely focusing on cranking out these videos, but absolutely like focusing on helping people become profitable so that they can be able to retire their family, make thousands of dollars, and go crazy. But I mean, I remember when I even was introduced to trading, because I just thought it was like stocks, you know what I'm saying, that you only buy. And then I remember I saw Juvier, like he posted, if you guys follow him, you see that he posts these videos where like he'll take sales, you know what I'm saying? And like I see him taking sales and he's celebrating because the bar is going down. I'm like, wait, what? Why does it say that he's making $10,000 in 2 seconds? Why, when the bars go down? So, and that was literally like 2.5 years ago. I'm like, what is this? And so for me, I started off with options and got into Robinhood, joined a course. It was a Discord that was free, or it was $1. Now they taxing on that. They charging a lot of money on that thing. But yeah, I did that, and then ended up switching over to Forex for a little bit. Joined one course. My thing was really God-led, spirit-led. I felt like God told me not to get no courses, but it was one course that I ended up getting. I felt like it was a scam. It just got weird, and then I ended up getting my money back from it. But apart from that, I mean, and it helped, but it was just all the other stuff that was going on in there. Like, it was just weird, bro. So, even when I run my Discord, like, I know what not to do because of that experience. But, and then when people were getting profitable with Forex, all the crazy stuff that was happening with Forex, like, I was just like, man, this stuff is janky, bro. So I switched to futures. And it's actually crazy, man, that my last straw, I'm not going to say who it was with, but my last straw was when I entered a trade. It was no news or nothing. And it was a reputable prop firm. And it was a Forex prop firm. And literally, I entered a trade, and I didn't have, I think I had a 0.50 lot. And as soon as I entered the trade, I'm down negative $200. And that John blew my account. So they slipped me, which they claim that they don't slip. And then, that John moved down a pip. I'm out. So, and I was already in drawdown. So I had like wasted bread on that. So I switched to futures because you got zero spreads. Like, you got the commission, which is very little, but you got zero spreads. So as soon as you enter the trade, you already in that zone. So that's why I switched to futures. And, you can trade essentially Forex pairs. So like if you do GJ, kind of moves the same as like the Japanese yen, or whatever the futures version is called. Or if you trade gold, you could trade gold on futures. You trade NAS, you know what I'm saying? So it's all essentially the same, same hours, everything. So I ended up switching to futures, and I traded. That was a year into my journey, and then traded futures for a year trying to pass one challenge, and then I end up passing that challenge, and have been passing challenges ever since. It's really crazy. So It wasn't until my first challenge was a couple days before Christmas. I have a video about it, but long story short, it was a long journey to be able to discover, like, okay, this is my strategy, this is how I do it. But what really took the longest time was that psychology mindset. Like, I never really revenge traded. Like, I'm also very patient, but what always gets me is two things. When the market's consolidating, because I'm always thinking it's getting ready to break out and I don't consolidate. When the market's consolidating, and then when it doesn't trigger me in and go and like drop or like fly, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm always like, man, that's dead. I'm about to hop in like anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that used to always kill me all the time. And then I would have these things called crash out Thursdays. So I noticed that I would always blow an account on a Thursday. At the end of the week, I'm thinking that, you know, even if I'm up, like if I start losing, I enter like 5 trades and just like whatever happens. I'll blow my account right now. Like, just, you know, that was my crash out. So I really had to control the psychology aspect. And once you never fully master psychology because you're human. But once I got better at psychology, that's when I really started getting profitable. And so to this point, I got my first payout, and we got plenty of payouts more. I'm gonna take my wife out to a really nice dinner, and then we're gonna get crabs on the weekend. So, cause I'm from the DMV, so we're gonna go to the wharf, get some crabs, and go crazy with it. So that's all I'm doing. I want to be able to feel this withdrawal. I want to be able to feel it. So yeah, we're gonna take care of some things. I think my next purchase, I'm gonna try to get a new MacBook with a higher RAM speed, so I could be able to, you know, really document my trades, and then in the Discord be able to, you know, go live and different stuff like that. So just being able to have the necessary tools to be able to really give y'all this game. So to answer the question, how do I feel really good, but I feel like the job's not done. So I'm gonna be locking in a lot more until my goals are fulfilled, until I feel like other people are blessed. Me and my wife are already very big givers, so we just, you know, that's just how we move. So even when we didn't have it, that's how we move. So hey, look, if you're new here, give this video a like, go ahead and subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and we'll see you in the next video. Also, be on the lookout for the course. I got free game. It's coming out soon. Let's go make this money, y'all. Peace.